1,000.
1,000 marshmallows. So one for every point, right?
Yep. It's funny.
All right, we're good now. All right, Bella. I could see the excitement, when it happened and when they made the announcements over the PA. But what was that moment like to celebrate it with your teammates?
I was telling another reporter, I'm just super grateful that I'm here with this team and this program, and all the fans stood up, and I just felt so loved and supported, and I'm just super grateful for the opportunity to be with my teammates, and they're the ones that are distributing the ball to me, and so just super grateful for them.
You had a great first half, and you were getting close to the number you needed, and I feel like there was that 3-on-1 fast break where Emma gave it to you and you gave it right back to her, and I felt like you were probably saying don't give me the ball just to give me the ball. You wanted the best shot for the team no matter the situation.
Always, yes. I don't think this team especially is not a selfish team. It's one of the most unselfish, pass the ball one more team that I've been a part of, and that's just who we are. And at the core of it, it's just we want the best shot, and we're not trying to be, oh, I want to score the most points, or I need to shoot the ball this amount of times. And so that's just who we are and what Coach Goodenough has instilled in us, and from the first day we got here in the summer.
What did it mean for you to reach 1,000 points here at Moody?
Well, it's amazing to be here at Moody with all of our fans. It would have been awesome to get that accomplishment anywhere, but like I said, I looked around and I was able to see my parents and my dad, who we were in the 6th grade shooting threes up at Geyer High School together, and so be able to see him, and then all the other parents who are just like family to me as well. Just the community here is awesome, and so it was really special to get it here in Abilene at Moody.
Coach Goodenough told me he's a crier at some point. Was he crying? Could you tell?
I wasn't able to tell, but he probably was and will whenever he sees me. Just because it is a really big accomplishment, and he was a huge part of the player that I am today, just instilling that competitive aspect into me and that hard work, going in and getting extra shots in. He's the one that started that with me, and so seeing that pay off, he's probably just super proud of me, and so he probably will cry. So
what does it mean to get the first conference win?
Super huge, especially here at Moody. We want to protect our home court, but the WAC is crazy and every game is completely different, and so we'll celebrate this. And we have an off day tomorrow, and so we'll get to rest and recover, but then the next week we just clean slate and start preparing for the next game against GCU. They're a great team, so it'll be fun to have that win under our belt, but it means not a lot with a game coming up.
Thanks, Bella. Appreciate it.
Yes, your dad was crying.
Coach, you probably fielded 100 questions about Bella Earl in her time here, but when you see a player stick around, buy into your culture, and have success, what does it feel like?
Yeah, Bella, I tell people all the time, she's such a great example of what an ACU student athlete should look like. She's in the School of Education, in the Department of Education. Everyone over there holds her in high regard. She's a straight A student. She'll be an All-American second grade teacher at some point. Just a phenomenal person. She loves Jesus. She's one of the strong Christian leaders on our team. And you know what you're going to get every day, day in and out at practice. I've literally, in 3.5 years, I've had the opportunity to coach her, have never coached energy or effort. I mean, she comes every day and works super hard. For a couple of years, she led by example with that. And then last year and this year, we expect her to be a vocal leader, and she has taken on that role pretty seriously this year. I mean, we're not running anything she hasn't run for at least a year or so, and so she's such a great resource for all the other players, and they listen. When Bella Earl's saying something in practice, they all stop, they listen, they know that what she says is going to be on point. And so she's just such a great example of what we look for in ACU women's basketball players.
What's her recruitment story? How'd you get her to come here?
Yeah, so she came to camp when she was an 8th grader. We were standing out on the middle of the court after camp. You know, we sign autographs, we tell everybody bye. We're standing out on the court at the free throw line, and I offer her a scholarship. And her dad started crying on this court. That began the tears for him and our association with ACU women's basketball. And we tried to out-recruit everybody. We watched her play a lot. In the spring of 2020, we had a couple of days before we were going to the conference tournament, and we were in that period we could do home visits. So I went to Denton and did a home visit at Bella's house, and little did we know in just a few days the world would shut down. So I was the only one that did a home visit with Bella Earl. Bella's group, they didn't have a chance to go on official visits, so she chose us without coming on an official visit. But she and her parents had done a great job of getting to know us, of coming to practices, coming and watching us play games. And so she knew a lot about who we were and what we were about. And I think that their family just felt like this would be a really good fit for Bella. And it turns out it has been.
Yeah. I know before the game you talked about forcing some Seattle U turnovers and you yourselves taking care of the basketball. You only had 14 turnovers and they had 31. And most importantly, you're able to cash their turnovers into points for yourselves.
I will tell you first off, this has been the longest week. We really wanted to play a game on Thursday. We didn't have one. We did have some sick players, and so it was really a blessing in disguise that we didn't play Thursday, and I think everybody feels really well today. And so the last 2 days getting ready for this game, we were very intense in practice. Our players were a little bit on edge. They knew that we wanted them to be, very detail-oriented, and they did an extreme job in our 2 practices getting ready for this. And they understood that, we needed to take our defensive assignments very seriously, and we felt like we could turn them over a little bit. And so proud of them just buying into that game plan.
And I know Bella said, the importance of winning at home in conference because road victories are very difficult to come by. And so now you have your last of 3 in a row to start conference coming up next Thursday with Grand Canyon. What does it mean for this win to fall into place to give you the opportunity to go to 2-1 in the league?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really important win, like you said, because it's at home. WAC travel's crazy. I called Skylar on Monday, their head coach at Seattle, and I said, hey, look, if you're planning on coming here Thursday, you're not going to be able to get here because of the weather. And so they just chose to come Wednesday. They've literally been in Abilene since Wednesday. I mean, that's how crazy, WAC travel can be. You never know if you're going to have delays or anything like that. And so I think when you get to control everything at home, you're working out on your game floor, you're sleeping in your own beds, you feel like you should be able to manage games well at home, better than on the road when you can't really control everything. And so I think this was really important for our players to understand, like, we can control a game at home, we can win a game at home, and this was huge for us to go ahead and get that WAC win under our belt. Go Fight Win.
Yeah. Thanks, Stevie.
Thank you. Yep, you're welcome. Hey, y'all are all welcome to come upstairs. We've got food, we've got alumni, we're entertaining, so